guys, welcome back to my channel and another Topic Tuesday. So the topic for today is actually the one that was assigned to last week, but I'm behind. So the topic is, what are your favorite or essential nail care tools? I'm sure, I'm very confident that I've discussed this in the past. I've told you guys some of my favorites before, but I am so fickle, like so fickle. My favorite thing one day is definitely not my favorite thing like 3 hours after I said it was my favorite thing. So I love too many things too much for there ever to be one thing in the top spot, you know? And not only that, but I'm always trying new things. I'm getting new fun tools to check out. And so I thought this would be the perfect time to kind of give you like a brief updated list of some of my favorite things. But we're gonna do it a little bit differently because you know I like to take apart the Topic Tuesday and reassemble it in a new kind of format. So I'm going to give you two sets of three. The first set of three will be my 3 items that I absolutely must have in my life. There is no questions. If I lost them all, I would go out and rebuy them all because I need them that badly in order to do or maintain my nail care. And then the second set of 3 is just going to be my frivolous little items that I don't necessarily need, but I absolutely love to have to add a little bit of quality of life to my nail polish game. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing on my list of like absolute musts, gotta have them in my hands, is a cleanup brush. This is something I need to have next to me every single time I do my nails, or else I cannot do my nails. I don't even use it every single time I do my nails because some polishes, they go on a little bit easier than others, or the shape of the brush makes it a little bit easier to shape it and conform it to my cuticle area or something like that. But it's the anxiety of not having this around when I'm doing my nails that I feel like it just makes me mess up. If I don't have it there, I feel like I'm more likely to screw up like flood my cuticles or something like that than I would be if I had it sitting right next to me. I don't know why. It's just like you kind of psych yourself up kind of a thing, but it's, you know, something that doesn't even matter. But I really like when the line between my polish and my cuticle is the exact same shape. I like when it kind of looks like it fits in like a puzzle piece. So I need the cleanup brush for if the brush is like more square or something like that when I'm applying the polish, because otherwise you have these kind of weird square divots along your cuticle line. You can get these types of brushes pretty much anywhere you look. So the first time I ever got a cleanup brush, it was, I think, Jess Face 90 who talked about using the e.l.f. concealer brush. And it was just this like itty bitty brush head. And they were like $1 at like all the stores around me. So I tried that and it changed my life. It changed my game. That was when people started asking me, where did you get your nails done? And I was like, oh, okay. All right. Cleanup brush, necessity. All right. I'm taking that to a deserted island with me. And I used those for a couple years before I upgraded to like a one from an actual nail polish site. And like the e.l.f. ones, they worked really well. I think they're $2 now, but the problem is they're not designed to handle acetone. They're designed for concealer. And so they would fray and fall apart faster than some of the ones that I've gotten for acetone. The next one I got, I actually still have. The logo has rubbed off and it is entirely frayed on the top. So I don't use this for cleanup anymore. I use it to dab oil around my cuticles before I take swatch pictures. But this one served me for a couple years before it got frayed to the point where I was like, all right, I got to upgrade. This one, it has a stamper on the other side. I've never actually used this stamper. I didn't care about that part. But the brush, it worked really well. And then after that, I picked up one from Twinkle Tea, I believe. And unfortunately, that one fell apart within several months. I was really surprised. I don't know if I just got a faulty one or if I was like being too rough with it or something like that. But the glue in the ferrule came like completely undone, like the glue right here. And all the bristles went and like fell into the ferrule. and I think that's what it's called. And it was completely unusable. And so I ordered another one. This one I ordered, it is KB Shimmer, but I ordered it off of Beyond Polish, so I could use that 10% discount. Use code mediocre at checkout. But I got this one from Beyond Polish, and it is really fine. And you can see it's like a fine angled brush. It works really well. I haven't had any issues with it yet. No hairs falling out or anything like that. I really like the cap. You know, I really like when the brushes have the cap because it protects it from, you know, if I don't, what does it need to be protected from? I guess I don't know. I guess when I put it in a bag and I take it with me, it's nice that the bristles are not getting like smashed up or frayed or whatever. And then it just has like the cool crystals in the barrel. Not necessary, but fun, you know? But yeah, I absolutely have to have one next to me. It's like my comfort cleanup brush. Even if I don't need it, I need it. You get what I'm saying? So the next item is not a tool, but more of a nail care item, and that is nail oil. Now, growing my nails out before I started using nail oil was impossible. They would break constantly. They were very dry. They would chip and get like jagged and things like that. And it wasn't working. And then I got nail oil and my whole life changed. And I've gone through, or maybe not gone through, but I've used quite a lot of different nail oils. I have a whole video on nail oil. If you're interested, I'll link it in the cards. And that's just where I talk about literally every single nail oil I've ever tried and, you know, what I thought of each of them. But the very first nail oil I ever tried was from Bliss Kiss. And that's because I was introduced to the concept of nail oil by Simply Nailogical's Christine, and that was what she used at the time. I bought a big bottle of it, and I've since used that all up, and I never repurchased from them because I don't know, I always felt like they were an expensive buy-in for kind of what you got, because the scent on mine, it went off really quickly, and it could smell kind of rubbery for some reason. I don't know. It still worked. The oil still worked, but I just didn't like the smell of it. And that's kind of like an attraction of some of these nail oils, is they smell really nice. Or, you know, you have completely unscented, which I think Bliss Kiss does offer that, but I had bought, you know, a huge scented bottle. And so when that went off, I was like, okay, maybe not. I don't really have like one specific favorite oil. I like argan-based oils. So like the Orly one is really good. But every oil to me has kind of a different place in my life. I don't know why. Like, it's just, some are a little bit more viscous, and those can be used when I'm going to be sitting for a while and like let them soak in. Thinner oils I like for on the go because they seem to kind of wipe in and soak in really fast, and then I don't have oil all over the place, you know, like some of the thicker ones. But the thing I do love, the most important oiling tool aside from the oil itself, is like the Cuticle Buddies roller ball. I'm obsessed with it. Why did that come out so funny? That was a weird way. I'm obsessed with it. They're really cute because they have, you know, a ton of different colors. As you can see behind me, I'm filling in the gaps as we speak. So they have like, the color coordinates to the rubber piece, the little stones inside, and the roller ball itself is purple on this one. And, you know, on the yellow one, it's yellow. On the pink one, it's pink, etc., etc. So just, they're cute. They are super transportable. You can, as you can see, you can hook them onto stuff, or, you know, you can take this rubber piece off if you don't like it, and you can just stick this in your purse. I've never had one leak. I've never been nervous about one leaking because, like, I've had these for maybe close to 2 years now and been consistently carrying them. I've never had an issue. They're small enough that you can stick it in your pocket. They're not, you know, cumbersome to use. I like the rollerball function. It's really nice. And I love how easily refillable they are compared to some other kind of like the pens and things like that. I tried refilling the pens as much as I could, but they would often break or leak after just a few refills. With these, if you buy a refill from Cuticle Buddy, you can, like, it comes with like a special, I think it's a metal card that you can stick and pop the rollerball out, and then you can refill it, and then you just push the rollerball back down on, and it's really easy. I use my credit card to pop it up because I haven't bought a refill from Cuticle Buddy, not because I don't like their oil, but because I just have so much oil right now that I'm trying to use what I have before I purchase like another, 4-ounce container or whatever it comes in. And so I've just been refilling these with the gobs and gobs of oil I have behind me on my Helmer over there. But these are, I love them so much. And the third thing on my list of must-haves, this is a tool that I have on my body every second of every day except when I'm sleeping. And that is a glass nail file. And it must be glass, not any other nail file. It has to be these glass or crystal or however you call them nail files. I refuse to use anything else on my nails, even in a pinch. Like I will not. If somebody handed me an emery board, I can't do it. There's something, I don't know if I'm using the wrong grit or something, because I think they do come in different grits, but it's just like nails on a chalkboard sound doesn't bother me, but like that's the concept, right? It's like it feels like nails on a chalkboard when I'm using the emery board. It just sets my teeth on edge. But these crystal nail files, they feel soft and smooth and really buttery, and that sounds gross, right? Buttery? No, but they are really smooth, and they don't like shred my nails in the way that a lot of emery boards have in the past. These are long lasting. I don't really think that they wear out. I've never had one wear out on me. I've broken one, and only one in my entire life. And it was one from Twinkle Tea. And I replaced it because I really liked their nail file. But I was working at a daycare and I was filing my nails while the kids were eating lunch. And one of the kids pushed his chair out and bumped into me, and I dropped the nail file and it shattered into a gajillion pieces. And I was like, great. This would happen in the 4-year-old room where they're all like, oh, let me help. Let me pick up all this glass. And I was like, no, everybody get away. But I literally have these all over the place. I have 2 here in this room, and this is the one that I like carry around the apartment with me when I'm here. But I love this Moxie one as well because, you guys, this one is huge. I have never seen a glass nail file this big, and I love this. This is really good for when I'm sitting down to file all my nails at once. It's just got so much surface area, and because I have really big hands, like I got masculine hands, I got really large hands, larger than most of the men that I know. I can hold a lot more, and so something like the Twinkle Tea file, I kind of have to hold like very gently in order to file my nails. But with like the Moxie file, I can grip like this, and it's a lot easier, it's more comfortable, it's more convenient. I do have a code with Moxie, and it is mediocre. That will save you 10% off at checkout. I will put that down below. I'll try to link everything in this video. But both of these are really great files. It's just, I like the surface area on this one. And if you file your toenails, which I do, I don't cut those either, this will work. It's a lot easier to reach your feet with this guy than this little thing. But yeah, these are the 2 that I have here in my office space. And then I keep one in my bag at all times. It's the mini Cirque one that I got. It's like this big. I got it like a couple years ago in the Cirque Advent calendar, and that has served me really well. It's great for just keeping in your bag. And then I have one in my work desk, and that's the OPI crystal nail file. That is probably my least favorite of all the crystal nail files I've tried. For me, it's not like a super rough file, but it's just not as soft as these 2. But it is just one that I keep in my desk at work just in case I like snag or something like that. Now, moving on to my 3 super frivolous nail care and nail tool things that I like to use. These, like I said, these are not make or break. I don't use these every time. I don't need these near me every time. They're just really nice extras that I love having and am willing to pay the little extra money to replace them as they run out or something like that, because I really enjoy these items. So the first one is one that I was kind of shocked how much I liked it, but then I shouldn't have been, because so far every nail like accessory item that I've tried from this brand I've loved. And that is the Glisten and Glow Dry End Prep. And what this is, you can see I barely have any left. I need to buy more. But it's a thing that you apply before your base coat or anything else, and it dries out your nail plate, but it doesn't make it so dry that it feels brittle. I don't know if they have like a acetone additive type thing in here or what, but it's literally just like a normal brush, and then you brush it onto your nail plate. And what I love this for is after I've put some oil around my cuticles, specifically for swatching, because, you know, when you swatch a huge batch of polishes all at once, you are taking off polish and it's drying out your cuticles, it's drying out your nail beds, and you don't want the next swatch photo to look really dry. So every couple of photos, I tend to have to reapply some oil just around my cuticle edge. And because I'm a slob and I get it everywhere, it does get onto the actual nail. And then when you try to paint over an oily nail, the paint doesn't stick down right. And so I then just go in with some of this on the fingers that I'm swatching on, and it kind of gets rid of that oiliness, and then I can do my next swatch. So this has been a really great tool for swatching. It's not essential. I could just be more careful. I could also just use like a cotton swab and a like bit of acetone, but I like how nice this is on my nails. I've noticed that when I do it with acetone in between versus when I do it with this, with the acetone, by the end of my swatch session, my nails look kind of crackly. They look so dry. They look like dehydrated, and I mean, they're dead, so whatever, but like, they just look rough. They look bad. But when I do a swatch session and I use this in between my shots, it doesn't look like that. They look fairly healthy even at the end. And so that's why I need to buy more of this. The next thing is a glass cuticle pusher. And I literally just bought this to feel fancy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The glass tools thing, they feel so bougie. I feel like royalty, you know? And this one is from Live Love Polish, which is now Mooncat. I don't know why I held it that far back. You can see it's got like a super pointy side on one side, and then it has like the flatter cuticle pusher end on the other side. It was on the site, and I think it was when they were announcing their rebrand and everything was on sale. I'm pretty sure that was when I bought this, and I just threw it in my cart on a total whim. The thing I really like about this over an orange wood stick, even though like I still use orange wood sticks all the time, is when I put a cuticle solvent on my cuticles, obviously, and I push it back with an orange wood stick, the orange wood stick gets frayed over time, just of use. It kind of breaks down, the solvent kind of destroys the wood, I guess, which it's like, oh, okay, I'm putting that on my skin, whatever. But it frays, and then eventually you got to get rid of it. But with this, you know, it doesn't break down, it doesn't disintegrate. You can use it over and over again, just like with the files here. It just doesn't really have a expiration date. And I really like this pointy end because when I'm removing like the dead cuticle skin or whatever, I have like more curved nails than I think, maybe not than average, but my nails are more on the curved side. And so when I'm trying to remove the stuff on the sides, you know, this part, it doesn't like fit very well in that curved edge. So I like to use this pointier part to get all the way down that, and it works really well for me. The main reason why I still do keep orange wood sticks on hand is for when I flood my cuticles or like the sides, I use an orange wood stick to try to clean that up before I go in with a cleanup brush. I don't use this because this glass here, it's like a frosted feeling. Maybe it's more porous, I don't really know, but I'm afraid that it would be really hard to get polish off of it. I don't know. I've never tried, but I don't want to ruin it because I like this thing. But like I said, this was Live Love Polish, which is now Mooncat. I went on to the Mooncat site to see like, oh, do they carry these as well? And the Mooncat one is so much cooler. It's not clear and pink like this one is. It's a solid opaque black, and the logo is in this like slime green. And I'm like, I don't need two of these, but I want the Mooncat one really bad. But I don't need it, so don't buy it, Hillary. And then the last of my not necessary but still loved nail care tools and purchases and things like that is the Dippy Acetone. And this is probably my most frivolous purchase because I buy acetone by the gallon. I didn't really need to buy 9 more ounces of acetone. But it is so convenient. It is so useful. And I think it was like $3, so whatever. This works absolute wonders. It is a tub, plastic tub of acetone, and let's see if I can tilt this so you guys can see it. Oh, I made a mess. So like down, am I gonna spill it? Down in there, there's like these grippy guys. I'm gonna just dump acetone all over myself. Oh, I did it. Oh, it's running down my arm. Okay, well, at least it dries fast. Oh, now it smells like acetone. Okay, well, there's those grippy little things in there. I can taste it. It's in the air. And this is why I'm mediocre Manny's and not like highly talented and has her life together Manny's, okay? I wish that hadn't happened. Anyways, so it's got these little grippy like silicone or rubbery things inside, and it's filled with not as much acetone as it was, and you literally, you stick your fingers in there and you kind of do one of these and you twist it around and it removes the nail polish, and the whole time you're laughing and being like, I'm 14 years old and this is funny. What I use this for is specifically like chunkier glitters and flakes, and actually fine glitters too. Anything with glitter in it, anything with flakes in it, because I have a bad habit of forgetting to put on a peel-off base coat before I wear something that is hard to remove. And then it's hard to remove. And so this makes it so much easier. And I really, really like this. It reminds me of when I was a kid, my mom had something similar, but it was like a creepy pink sponge inside. But these are like rubber, like, and they have like little nubbies that kind of scrub at the polish for you. It works really well on just regular polish as well, but you know, I have so much acetone for the regular polish, so I save this for like the tough stuff. Now the one like big downside to this, for me at least, is it is incredibly dry. So if you use this, get some oil immediately afterwards. Or I saw somebody make a reel, and now I can't remember who it was, but they put like an acetone additive into the thing here. I feel like it was Janixa. She makes a lot of really good reels, so maybe it was her. But somebody did. Somebody made that reel, and they put some acetone additive in this, and then it was not as drying, so you could do that. I like to live on the edge and just completely dry out my nails doing stupid stuff and then just dump oil on them. Don't do that. Just be cautious when you use it. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, this is the Up and Up brand, and I will link it down below as well. So those are a few of my favorite nail care items, both the essentials and the more frivolous side of things. Let me know down below what you guys kind of rank as your top nail care essentials that you absolutely have to have, and maybe some of your fun, more frivolous, kind of goofy purchases that ended up working out really well and you really like to have them in your collection. There was one nail tool that I was kind of thinking about when I was making this video. I believe it was called the Tweaksy, and it was like that thing, that like ring that kind of was like a big ring pop, and then you could stick your polish in it and paint your nails with that. Did anybody use one of those? Were those good? Were those helpful? Because I feel like I would like fling my hand and just as I spilled acetone all over myself, I would spill polish everywhere because I'm somehow completely too aware and unaware at the same time. But yeah, let me know your guys' essentials down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.